Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Snodacast. I am your host, DimondAssassin, aka Lewis.
And Gallows is a folding chair.
I am joined by these lovely people, DJ Lionheart.
Hey guys.
InaraSerra. And the Hawaiian shirt, the Hawaiian man himself. Not really Hawaiian, but Gallows.
Not Hawaiian.
Just to kind of clarify, you know.
I don't live Hawaii. I live in a different place. But yeah, what's up?
If you haven't heard from the last video that we uploaded, we're trying to do a different system just to kind of organize how we do the show, since Christian will no longer be hosting for quite a while, and I need the help for organization. So I have Inara here helping me out in the reins, just to kind of get the ship a little bit more organized, so that way it doesn't sink.
It's a whip, not the reins.
Yep.
She's patching the holes, just
Yeah.
like in the Sea of Thieves.
Exactly. But I am excited to get back in this role and having more experience now to be able to man the ship, as you would say. But how's everybody doing? How's everybody been?
I'm doing okay.
Okay.
Pretty busy.
Fair enough.
So for the first topic for the night, we're going to be talking about the new Spider-Man TV series Noir, presented by Amazon. Amazon bought Noir, so they're going to be making the series for him. Yeah.
So, it's live action,
Mm-hmm.
and it's starring Nicolas Cage.
Of all people.
Well, to
Why?
be fair,
Well,
he
not
played
really.
Spider-Man
He's
Noir.
the voice. He's the
It
voice
makes
actor for
sense.
him in the animated series.
I am surprised that they're making it live action.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
surprised
agree
that
with
Nicolas
that.
Cage is continuing to do the voice. I am surprised it's live action.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's an odd choice, and I'm surprised Amazon is doing it, too.
That I'm less surprised about, but I would figure that like something like Netflix would have picked it up first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But Netflix doesn't have the money for it to buy it from Sony.
It's probably true.
Amazon does. So yeah.
I'm curious to see that they probably made the decision between, having it being a cartoon instead of live action to kind of get away a little bit more for, especially it, I'm assuming from the information that we have, is to kind of be a little bit more mature audience, which, I mean, you can do that too with,
It's a 1930s detective series. So that's what I got from it, basically. What I read from the notes of it. It's a 1930s detective series. The maturity level is going to be probably up there. Smoking, so not too up there. It's going to be more likely rated PG, rated what's the TV thing? What's the TV rated?
I don't know,
the TV rating M for maturity, rated TVM.
I think it'll be like TV PG. They're like TV PG 14 or 17 at most, because it's gonna have smoking and shit like that, stuff
Right.
like that.
Here's the thing, though. Is it going to be in black and white? Because when we're first
That
introduced
is-
to Spider-Man Noir, he's in black and white.
Right.
I would assume that's what they're going with. Like I said, I'm making assumptions, not an actual fact about it. But more than likely, the assumption will be that they would go with that.
I feel like it has to be, because
Yeah.
the three distinctive things about that character is that he is in black and white,
Right.
that he's voiced by Nicolas Cage, and that he comes from this 1930s noir style universe.
Mhm.
If you're changing it from a cartoon to live action, you have to stick with those other two.
Mhm.
Like, I don't think they'll change the universe all that much. I don't think they would put it in like a modern day setting with just like noir vibes and leave it in black and white, I feel like that's too much of a deviation.
Right.
So I feel like they would
Yeah, I
have to, if they're making it live action, they'd have to stick with those other two elements in order for it to get to claim to be based off of this other thing. You know what I mean?
from the actual like comics and stuff. Do you think that they will actually try to kind of copy or mimic how they did with WandaVision, just to kind of swap between it being black and white and then color for certain scenes, or do you think would it ruin completely from just staying to black and white?
I think the only reason, and correct me if I'm wrong because I did not watch WandaVision, but from what I understand, the black and white to color shifts were also about like reality shifting.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that would be the only case that would happen as well.
Okay.
Like if we are within the noir universe, it is in black and white and that's it. And then anything that happens in color is either an intrusion from another universe or something along those lines.
Yeah, like kind of like adding, like, let's say like they decide to add like the multiverse or something like that. Yeah.
You know, if somebody busts through or something, then that might be the only person that is drawn in color.
Okay.
Not drawn because
Shown
it's
in color.
Shown in color.
Shown in color.
I think they're gonna go with I'm thinking they're gonna go with the black and white, but also throw in a little bit of color in there on certain objects and certain scenes. But not too much of it that outdoes the black and white. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they could do that without it destroying anything.
It's definitely going to be an interesting series, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
It's Amazon, so it's Amazon, so it's not Disney. That's what we don't have to worry about.
Yeah, that's true.
Does anybody remember if whenever there's a new show on Amazon, like how many episodes there are?
There's usually so
I've think it varies.
It's about anywhere between like 8 to 10 episodes at most.
Okay,
that's not too bad.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think in the sense of like what would make sense for this particular show to have episodes to kind of, whether if they're going on the lines of trying to explain Spider-Man Noir, like their story completely, or is it going to be where they go to a direction where they maybe have like 3 or 2 episodes explain, which is, I mean, it's up to them on how they want to do it, but like just kind of quickly, explain the story about it and then move on to after, explaining the backstory.
It's also the time length of each episode. So it's a live action series. More than likely, it's going to be in between like 30 minutes to 50 minutes at most for each episode. So in those 50 minutes, you give a lot of details.
Well, if they do 50-minute episodes, the season's going to be shorter, so it'll probably drop to like 8 episodes if each episode's 50 minutes long.
Right.
Speaking of various comic book things, Leon, you had said something about Stan Lee the other day. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so with Stan Lee, so there's this contract that was signed between Marvel, POW Entertainment, and Genius Brands for a 20-year deal using Stan Lee's likeness, voice for various television, movie, theme park experiences, it's in quotations in this article, and with merchandising.
Okay.
So
you said it's a 20-year contract, right?
20-year deal, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, nice.
Which I thought is interesting and honestly not really surprising coming from where it's all coming from. But it's also weird that these articles, the reason why I think this is weird, because all the articles I've read come from 2022 of all these articles. So the only reason why I think these are popping up again is because Marvel announced that their showtimes are going to only release 2 movies and 2 TV shows per year now. That's the only reason I think these are popping up right now.
Okay, that makes sense. Especially, I mean, they would have to slow down putting Stan Lee in anything because obviously they'd have to use AI for it, right?
Yeah.
If his likeness is being used anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and according to this, another article, I can't remember which article it was, that supposedly Stan Lee did pre-recordings of his voice and scenes for future upcoming Marvel films. They never said which ones, but again, who knows?
Basically, he planned for this. He planned for this to come around anyways. That's what family did. It was like, hey, they're more likely going to use my image anyways, so might as well just record all this stuff so they can use it with my family's permission.
Yeah, and there's a lot of controversy going behind this because since he is no longer with us, whether this is right or not.
Well, I mean, they did. It took a while for them to actually even, announce this. I think they did the right thing in at least holding back for quite a while. Whether or not the public knew about this contract being a thing, and I feel like if they would have done it a little bit more sooner, then I could see people getting a little bit more like kind of off put and kind of like swayed towards like it wasn't the best move to do. But I feel like, especially because of how everything is going with Disney at the moment, of them trying to change up the way that they want to put out content via their streaming service, I think this is kind of like an edge for them to kind of get people back into their service or whatever they're planning on doing moving forward.
Well, and sorry, Gallows, what were you saying?
No, I was going to say I agree with Lewis. If they would have done this during the time period of the AI situation going on, the reason why the actors were going on strike because of one of the reasons why actors were going on strike because of the using AI to use as a what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Instead of basically, if they would have did it during that time, there would be more controversy for it. But as long as they got his family's permission, then that's all it really should really matter to everybody.
Well, I mean, it sounds like, and I feel like Stan Lee even spoke on this before he passed, that he had recorded a bunch of things intentionally so that he could live on past that. And I mean, that makes it sound like that's what he wants. So I wouldn't be surprised if just like the last thing that they needed was official confirmation from the family that you're good to use it now.
Yeah, maybe there was some. I honestly would like to see more of like what would be in this contract, like what are the stipulations and all this stuff, and the money that gets raised by having them use his likeness and voice and whatnot. Obviously you pay the people that you need to pay, but anything extra, would that go to like any charities that he would have wanted to have it or anything like that? That'd be an interesting
thought.
I mean, we don't know exactly like the complete details, like delve in deeper on what the actual contract has. So I mean, from what we know, I'm assuming just kind of like a no-brainer type thing of like the family probably has on the contract that they are going to be able to use whatever the money that they get from all of this. They will decide on how they're going to use it. So
a lot of people are, like I said, it's very controversial ethnically for some people because of his passing. Some people don't want it done. Some people want them to do something a little new, to do cameos. I remember one saying instead of having Stan Lee do it, do Deadpool, since now Marvel owns the Fox properties.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Which honestly could be an interesting concept, especially of what we know with Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I could see I could see why that might cause some controversy. And Lewis, I think you had brought up something that would also do the same thing.
Yes, so if you have not heard recently from everybody posting on TikTok and just everywhere, Warner Brothers is deciding to pull some of their cartoon materials, like the Looney Tunes, and moving it over to a new service, or a service that's already been made, which is called, if I can pull it up real fast, MeTV. And it's reviving basically all the Boomerang and all those shows that were in Boomerang and the classic cartoons right into that area on June the 25th. And I'm excited for it. It just makes me feel nostalgic because of just remembering of all the times switching through the channels and just, let's say I got bored of Cartoon Network or Disney Channel or Nick and I just wanted something different, go right on to Boomerang and watch the classic cartoons that I never got to grow up on, but my parents did. So I mean, I every time I would watch Boomerang, they would be like, "Hey, you're watching my cartoon." I was like, "That's what I grew up with." So it kind of hits you, nostalgia somewhat. But I feel like a lot of people might be against some of the cartoons that are going to be on the platform because of a bunch of just a different time period of different jokes and different political things that were said at that time that are not okay anymore. What do you guys think of the move?
I think it's a really smart move. It's bringing back a lot of the classic cartoons such as Flintstones, Johnny.
Can I ask why? Johnny Quest.
Yeah, Johnny Quest.
Johnny Quest. I'm thinking of the other one.
Oh, Johnny Test, which is completely not Boomerang.
But here's the thing, though. All those shows are also on Tubi, which is completely free.
Right.
So are they going to pull them from there?
I have no idea.
I think more likely they will. I think they'll pull it from Tubi and other platforms.
See, that's where I could see where the controversy comes in, because if you already have Tubi, which is free to watch, so and now you gotta paying another subscription
just to watch the classic cartoons.
Just to watch classic cartoons. Like, granted, I know some of them are probably all over YouTube, and all that, but those are, unless you know what you're looking for, that's kind of hard to find.
Yeah, exactly. And so the article that you showed had a whole list of things, right?
Yes, it had a list of a bunch of shows like Popeye, Tom and Jerry, Johnny Quest, Yogi Bear, etc., etc.
And it's
all those shows are on Tubi.
Yeah,
I have watched all those twice.
And I think the only place controversy might come in there, other than the streaming bullshit, obviously, would be if they start airing those potentially problematic episodes, which I don't think they're that stupid.
Do we really want to go around that, or just straight say that?
Okay, here's the thing.
There was a lot of episodes that Disney can't come back from because how blatantly.
But a lot of those controversial, from what I remember from watching it, a lot of it is Looney Tunes. A lot of it is Looney Tunes.
From the beginnings of Looney Tunes, we're kind of yikers.
And some of Popeye, especially during the time of World War II.
Yeah, those.
I remember watching those episodes in history class. Those were definitely would not go over well in today's.
For the streaming platform, I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say it seems like they have worded things in such a way that it's not going to be everything. So they'll be able to just pick and choose what goes out. And I think that's a good decision.
Best decision, honestly.
Yeah, if you were to like just be like, oh yeah, let's just have everything. Not the best idea.
Yeah, I mean, but we hopefully time will tell from when they decide to. Once the date arrives and they all decide to upload everything, I'm pretty sure we'll find out real quickly from everybody that has the yeah, that if they went back on their decision and stuff. So
as for the streaming situation, I think the way they can fix that is just, I think, doesn't MeTV already have a channel on cable?
I believe so.
They did for a nice long time. Yeah, I don't know if they still do.
Just bring that back. Just bring a TV channel. Just bring the TV channel for MeTV Tunes back. Even you can even do it on basic cable.
Yeah.
People will more likely to watch it there.
I think I'm pretty sure that they probably still do have it on for cable. Not sure. So this is just me from just remembering back of when they have it. Maybe it's going to be for free. I have no idea from what the article has yet to, confirm that you're going to have to pay extra on just to watch the cartoons. So
I would hope not.
And with all of that, we're going to continue on the nostalgia train a little bit. Ty, in his little gaming corner, has something regarding Black Ops to talk about, and I'm a little confused. So, yeah, let's watch that real quick.
Hello, everybody. My name is TJJD, and welcome back to another episode of TGC. It's good to be back. It's good to talk about the gaming sphere of things. But this is going to be the first ever return episode for me. So there's some Black Ops 6 news that I have to go over today, and let me just be very, very clear. None of this has been confirmed by any news outlets and any major gaming articles as of yet. These are mainly leaks that have been released by data miners, and they will be more in depth on a video made by Espresso, who is a Call of Duty YouTuber who has been following this for a long time. Okay. And the only thing that has been slightly confirmed by an article has been the timeline during the Gulf War, and that is going to be an open world campaign style of gameplay for you guys in the single player sphere. But there's also been Treyarch's been working consistently with multiplayer and zombies. Zombies have been confirmed in those leaks, and a bunch of weapons from the old Black Ops games. So you're going to be looking at probably Black Ops 1 weapons along with the Black Ops 1 perks coming back from that leak. But if you want more information about all these leaks as of right now, YouTuber Espresso will have a video covering it in more detail since he has access to those leaks. And I do not, and I have not been able to find any of those leaks on Twitter or anywhere else, so it's been kind of hard to get everything in order for this. As of the next topic for this small little segment, X-Defiant is nearing its release on May 21st, but the pre-downloads start today, May 16th, okay? So as of recording this right now, it's May 16th. Pre-downloads start now on both consoles and PC. There's been a lot of information that's been added to the official X-Defiant website, with matchmaking no longer being SBMM, skill-based matchmaking. That is now gone. Ping is king, so meaning same latency, same ping, same everything. It's platforms matter now, so they'll usually match you up with people of similar platforms. Region is also king, so whatever region you're playing in, they usually try to throw you into servers with people from that region. And if you've blocked a player, muted a player, or whatever else, it'll usually keep you away from joining that player ever again. But also input preference is also going to matter. So if you use keyboard and mouse, you're going to be playing with people that also use keyboard and mouse, and vice versa. The only thing that I have to say about that is about time, because people have been waiting and watching for an FPS shooter that finally gets rid of skill-based matchmaking and brings back the old ways of gaming competitively as a whole. And I cannot wait to see how good of a game this could be. And it's free to play, and the roadmap is absolutely amazing, featuring 10 arena maps and 4 progression maps. Pre-season is going to be loaded with a lot of stuff, and progression is the absolute biggest thing you could ever imagine. Starting off, every 3 months you will expect to see new weapons, maps, and a new faction added, along with a lot of other things. And of course, Ubisoft has a whole universe of different factions to choose from, so we'll see what we have in store. So with that being said, I will toss it back to the people over at the Snodacast podcast, and I am glad to be back today with another episode of TGC. And please feel free to leave your thoughts and comments on the Black Ops 6 situation and how you feel about X-Defiant's new skill-based matchmaking being gone, and just keeping with the original FPS matchmaking system and making free-to-play games worth downloading and playing again. So with that being said, give us your comments and your thoughts, and have a wonderful day. Toss it back to them.
Okay, great. And the last thing that we wanted to talk about was 2 trailers dropped relatively recently, and they're both Shyamalan movies. One is for Trap, which is an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and the other is for The Watchers, which actually has been directed by his daughter. And we just briefly wanted to talk about what we thought about those. According to Wikipedia, Trap is a psychological mystery thriller film written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. It stars Josh Hartnett, Ariel Donahue, his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I was unaware that she was actually in it. And I'm assuming her name is Saleka? S-A-L-E.
Not butcher anybody's name?
Trying not to kill it. I'm probably going to.
Hey, everyone can remember, English is hard.
Haley Mills and Allison Pill. Its plot revolves around a serial killer who attends a concert with his daughter, only to realize the police have targeted him at the venue. Trap is scheduled to be released in the United States by Warner Brothers on August 9th.
Oh, nice.
So we all watched the trailer. Mm-hmm. What do y'all think of Trap?
Honestly, not my cup of tea. I don't know what it is, but it seems boring, at least to me.
I think it's, I don't think, now mind you, it's a Shyamalan movie, so who the fuck knows what direction that could go.
Exactly.
But on, base level, guy goes to concert with his daughter and gets arrested.
Yeah.
Well, that does not sound like a horror thriller anything to me. I imagine that's wrong, because it's Shyamalan, who knows?
Yeah.
Part of me feels like he's gonna lean more towards kind of air quotes horror, in the sense of people finding out that he is the said killer, but even then that kind of that's up in the air. That kind of doesn't also make sense.
It sounded more suspense than horror, but it's still, I don't know. Like Inara said, it's Shyamalan. Who the fuck knows what's gonna go on in that film? But from the way the trailer sets up the movie, it just seems boring.
No, I liked it. I enjoyed the trailer. Honestly, I did. It brings up more than at least last year's serial killer aspect of movies. The way they can go with it is to make it more thriller. Is those secret kill scenes, basically. He hides, he kills an officer, runs, and then he gets caught almost towards the end of it. And
Okay. So, will you be going to see it? Yes or no? Lewis?
No. I'm not gonna lie. When I watched the trailer, to me, it kind of just gave the ending to me, just because of how well I know how, when they kind of like nudge you in certain trailers in certain ways, and I can kind of see where it's heading.
Right.
And even if I'm wrong, oh well. But I mean, yeah, I think it's a pass for me.
Leon, will you go see it?
Definite pass. Not watching it.
I'm not going to go to a theater to see it, but honestly, when it comes out on Netflix or
Max,
I probably shouldn't
maybe
have to have. I'll probably watch it then, just because I'm interested, but I won't be like committed to watching it through the end. I don't think.
Yeah.
How about you, Gallows?
I would more likely wait until it drops on the streaming service. I feel more likely it's gonna drop on Netflix because that's where most bad movies go to.
True. That's not wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so that moved us. Sorry. Finish what you're saying. No, I'm gonna move on. So finish.
I've lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Okay.
So, that moves us on to The Watchers. According to Wikipedia, again, The Watchers is a supernatural horror film written and directed by Ishana Night Shyamalan, so different daughter, based on a novel of the same name by A.M. Shine. It stars Dakota Fanning. Oh god, that is Dakota Fanning.
You didn't know it was Dakota Fanning? Even I realized it was Dakota Fanning.
She looks different. Anyway, Dakota Fanning, Georgina Campbell, Oliver Finnegan, and oh god, it's French. Olwen.
Just try your best.
Fuere?
Close enough.
There are 6 letters in his last name, and 4 of them are vowels. Anyway, it is scheduled to be theatrically released again by Warner Brothers in June, so that's probably the one. June 7th. Yeah, have y'all watched the trailer for this one too? Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait, this one's a little more helpful. A 28-year-old artist, Mina, gets stranded in an expansive, untouched forest in Western Ireland. Did not realize it was set in Ireland. Upon finding shelter, she unknowingly becomes trapped alongside 3 strangers who are watched and stalked by mysterious creatures each night.
Literally gives me Alice in Wonderland vibes. Like,
I'm telling you, it doesn't give Alice in Wonderland vibes. It gives more of a type of a If there's any good recommendation of a movie that has that type of storyline, just tell us in the comments.
Leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
It seems like a mixture of, like, yes, I do see Alice in Wonderland vibes in it. I see a couple of horror movies, but this one actually looks interesting to me. I actually didn't know as well that it was set in Ireland, so maybe they're gonna use some Ireland folklore.
That would be nice.
That would be interesting. And I read some of the comments in the trailer for this one, and a lot of people are actually happy that they didn't show the creature in this one.
Yes.
Which is always something that they do poorly now, is just expose or just show the creature right then and there, and you're just like, well, now that I know what it looks like, I don't want to go see it.
It can be a good and bad thing for the movie. Sometimes they're like, oh yeah, we're showing the movie, and then sometimes they just never show the monster altogether. It's like,
ooh. And this makes me even more happy. A.M. Shine is actually Irish.
Oh, okay.
So the guy who wrote the book that this is based on is also Irish, so that makes more sense that it's set in Ireland. It is a more unique premise than Trap, so I'm more interested in it. I'm not gonna see it in theaters either. To be fair, it is rare that something at this point catches my attention enough that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna spend money to go see that. But I think I'm more excited about this one, but I'll probably wait until it comes out streaming too.
Yep, I feel the same way in a sense of I won't go out of my way. I'm not inclined to go see it when it comes out in theaters, but I will 100% like give it my full attention when it comes out in whatever streaming platform it does.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not gonna go out of my way because, as you guys know, the nearest movie theater to me is like an hour and a half away. So I'm not gonna go out of my way to go do that. But if it just so happens I got a couple hours to kill and I'm close to the movie theater and it's in there, I might go see it if I have time to kill. But yeah, other than that, I would get me to watch it if I had to. I would see it either on streaming or in theater, depending on the situation. Because this one does look interesting to me. I always like a good supernatural thriller type film.
To me, it looks like it's going to be a more alien-based movie than a supernatural-based movie. I'll still more likely wait until streaming service until it comes on a streaming service to watch it. But if I had a date or whatever, I went on a date to go watch a movie, I think, yeah, why not? Thriller or horror movie for the first date.
All right, that is all that we had for this week. Thank y'all for bearing with us while we figure out what the fuck we're doing.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
But hopefully Christian will be able to come back hosting soon. But until then, we run the ship.
Inara, I am the captain of the ship.
I'm the captain now.
I am the captain.
Terrible accent. I'm never doing that again.
I don't think it was that bad. I thought it was okay.
But thank y'all, and if you would like a little teaser for another video we would like to do, Christian did go and see Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes recently, and his review should be coming out soon, so keep watching for that.
And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Everybody, I have been your lovely host, siding with my also co-host, InaraSerra.
Whatever I am, I'm here.
At this point,
I talked. It's
she's
fine.
Boss. Her title's just extensive and long. Boss lady, co-host, the captain of the ship at this point.
Well, what is my name in the chat now? It's like Wicked Bitch of the Weast or something like that. Oh God.
It's okay.
Whatever.
She can't remember her own titles. We can't remember them anyway.
Aliases of this.
Lewis can't remember his own name, so it's fine.
Yeah. It's been a day. It's been a day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've also been joined by DJ Lionheart.
Stay nerdy, everybody.
And also Gallows.
Yo, see you later.